All right, well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Roblox development stream. Let's see, we are working on our game here, our trucking game, Winter Assault. The last few days, we've been fixing bugs and just kind of tidying up the game a little bit. We added the garage, which had some bugs that needed to be fixed. They should all be resolved now. And we added the burger joint and the bank. The bank doesn't have any missions. Maybe it will tackle missions as well. But what I wanted to do, this is the nice burger joint here. What I wanted to do was, and we have to tackle the DOT as well. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're sort of going to go, we're going to do a 180. And instead of continuing to introduce new content, we're going to catch some of the older content up. The stores are good, right? There's lots of content inside the stores, but there isn't a lot of content in here. There's a little bit. So what I want to do is this is our fire hall. I want to make a sort of like a medical clinic and kind of like a sheriff, not a sheriff, but a station. So I guess you kind of like, you have the Department of Transportation, and then we have Ocean. So as far as like customs, I do eventually want to introduce, I know I was talking about this earlier, customs police. And maybe here where they do inspections, that is what the DOT is going to turn into. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. And we'll put emergency lights on the tow trucks. And oh, that'll be kind of nice. Right, because I don't want to do, it's trucking based, it's commercial based. It's not, yeah, it's commercial based. So what I don't want to do is add that element. Oh boy, this is, what? How is that all part of? Oh, it's part of that. Gotcha. So if I do that, I can delete that and then I keep that. Yeah, perfect. Let's just rename that fence. Yeah, so Ocean is kind of they're like the maintenance company, right? They maintain the roads, they maintain the highways. Maybe not in the city. Obviously, in the city, that would be up to the city to do that. But I don't know if I'll have a city plow or not. You know, we still need that kind of area, like the downtown, you know, civil services and whatever, which is probably what we'll turn these two buildings into later on. So yeah, so what I wanted to do in this video was change this around. The fire hall. So I've been getting some errors with the couches. It's been telling me that, oh, there's two variants. Oh. Transparency 0. What's the difference? I wonder. Oh, that's that couch there. I'm like, what's the difference? Okay. Right, so for whatever reason, I've been getting an error with the surface appearance of these couches. It's telling me that it can't load the mesh. I don't know. Sometimes Roblox is like that. And right now, while we're developing the game, I've been watching the error reports closely. So if I get a bunch of errors, you know, I can log in and fix them and whatever. And essentially, I just want to get the game running without any errors. And that's pretty much where we are now. There shouldn't be, knock on wood, any errors with any of the code. All right, so we have our fire hall. And then the other thing we're going to do as well is we're going to open a new one. We're going to convert the fire truck over. And we're also going to convert the ambulance. let's see, open Roblox. And I noticed that I have those the vehicles from Blue Truck City, but they don't seem to be working. So I must have done something. Or abandoned that part of it a long time ago. So that's something that we'll have to figure out. What maybe I'll just take the SUV, because like I say, it's meant to be the SUV or a pickup truck, and it's just meant to be like truck inspections, right? Commercial inspections. So all the vehicles, there's not going to be any personal vehicles in the game. You know, maybe we'll add taxis and all that kind of stuff, but they're all going to be commercially registered vehicles. And that way it kind of makes sense if we add the emergency element to it. It obviously makes sense to have fire department and ambulance, right? That's essential safety services. But as far as like enforcement goes, I don't want, you know, people getting tickets for red lights and that kind of stuff. It's just not that kind of game, right? But to add an element of role play, you could, which is what we're going to try and do. We'll try and add the role play into it. That's why I'm thinking if we add the police, right? They're a customs police, so then they can pull drivers over, right? Or pull them into the DOT inspection area, and they can do an inspection. And I think that would be really fun. Versus like, you know, chasing people down, which is also fun. Don't get me wrong; it's fun, but it's not. This game is not a police chase type game, right? It always takes a while to open this. It's just in it. Maybe Blue Truck City. If I can figure out this Roblox Studio GUI error that I'm getting. And we can. That's the reason when you load the game, it almost like it crashes. So I don't know if I have a script in here that's like a while loop that's just going crazy. I don't think so. Because it gives me a Roblox GUI error, and I just think quite simply, Roblox wasn't designed for large games. You know, with you look at compatibility and everything, it's meant for tablets and cell phones, so lower end laptops, lower end performance things. And when you add too many things, the code works. Like there's no, knock on wood, the only errors are with the vehicles, not anything else. We'll go through here in the coming months towards Christmas. Try and get everything hashed out so that way these games are working good. But yeah, it's essentially I think the game is just too large and there's just too many scripts. It doesn't give me the error that there are too many scripts, which it will do, but it's just too large. It has too many functions, too many things, and so I think when I try and play the game, it crashes because it tries to load all these things at once. Now, it doesn't seem to interfere with the game code or how it performs server side. It's just an annoying error. So I deleted some of the vehicles that were in here in an attempt to try and fix the error. And sometimes when I load in, I don't get it. But 99% of the time when I do load in, we get the error. So bear with us on that. Blue Truck City, we're trying to figure it out. Once we get it figured out, it'll be... we'll reintroduce the game passes as well. Some people bought game passes. All those transactions are saved. I'm trying to find a way to, if you bought a pass and it's not in your inventory, it should clone to your inventory. So we're just trying to find a way to connect those dots from the store. So coming soon, it'll be there. You'll be able to log in and all the passes that you bought will show up. In the meantime, I'm going to be introducing a new system for the passes in this game, which will also be Winter Assault. Yeah. So when you buy the pass, it saves directly to your inventory. And I don't know if I'll offer them like Robux for these. That was just an idea that we passed through on this one, but I don't know if we'll do Robux for them in Winter Assault. I like the idea of people just donating and then actually having to play the game to get the passes to further play the game. I think that's better. That's me. I'm a little what do you call that? Pay to play. My generation, they introduced that microtransactions into games. And it took off for the developers. Yep. The developers started to make a lot more money, which was good for them. But I think they went a little overboard and focused perhaps a little too much on the microtransactions. And they neglected like everything. Gameplay, and you know, it's all about, if you want access, you gotta pay. And then what you pay for, in my opinion, a lot of it really isn't that good. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the ambulance here. Where is it? Ambulance. All right. Yeah, it's not really that good. Even my games, you know, I was actually surprised that I sold the passes that I did for these, and I don't feel bad. I feel good about it, but I just wish they worked a little better. So that's why I decided to change it and make it just, it's donation based. The content is there, play with it. And then it gives the user the option. You know, you're not being forced into having to pay just so you can play. So this is our ambulance. It's a truck. Yeah, it still needs to go over. It needs the lights and stuff, right? But that's what everything was trucks. So then the customs, what we have is, we have 2 vehicles I was thinking about introducing. But we have to look at the lights. All right, so this is all we're going to pull from this game for vehicles. That'll be it for now until we finish Winter Assault, and then I'll start introducing more vehicles. Obviously, the cabs look the same. Yeah, they're based off the Western Star. The cabs, they can be changed. I just thought they looked cool. And I like the idea of, I like trucks, right? My son likes trucks, we like trucks, so. The whole idea here is trucks. So some of this is the command center, right? The back half was a little bit of the command center, which I thought was cool. And then, of course, the ambulance. So let's check it out. I don't know. They'll have to be converted, obviously. One of these, this one here, anchors. When you, right, this here was just a hose for like picking up spills and stuff, right? Doors open up. I took those from the fire truck, so they're kind of, I'll have to work on that. Yeah, one of these buttons turns on the lights in here, and this button here anchors the vehicle so it doesn't move. And of course, while it's anchored, you can't operate the functions of it. See now the doors operate smoother. I don't know if the ambulance anchors. I don't think it does. Oh, yeah. You see how it moves around all wild like that? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, something's wrong. Uh-oh. Something is definitely wrong with this ambulance. I wonder if I didn't weld the body on. Okay, that seemed alright. Yeah, see, it's kind of. Right. That's because it's not anchored. You see how it's moving around like that in there? How it's sliding around. So, I don't know if that anchors it or if that's just a dash light. It's been a while since we've gone through these vehicles. Yeah. So if that button anchors the vehicle, then you can get in, right? You can use the functions and all that. And then while you're seated, see, I put the seat in there. So if everybody's seated, then the vehicle can drive, right? I thought that's pretty cool. Lights. All right, and then the command center doesn't have anything. It was just a command center, right? There's been a spill, an accident. Send out the command center. Something like that. Okay, so this. This is an oldie, an oldie, an oldie. All right, we'll have to go through that and make that work too. Okay, so now that we've chosen our vehicles, what we need to do is to determine where we want them to be. So this is going to be our customs area. Let's work on, let's bring the fire truck in there too, actually. Server storage, vehicles, fire truck copy. Paste. Right now, these vehicles are pretty easy. This is that what that is? AA? Yeah, we're gonna need to go through. Let's delete that. I don't think we need that. But then what I have to do is spot off. Let's just get rid of this. Oh, does this one have the arrow on it too? It must. It must. Oh no, it just has the, this sound. What a monstrosity this thing is. If you want your vehicles to slow down, put in one of those. A sound controller. Yeah, we're just going to go through and simplify the vehicles, simplify the scripts. Which is what we need to do in Blue Truck City, which I think is part of the reason why we're having the errors that we do. So then what else do we need? Let's see. We need to convert this to... So we'll grab the coupe. The coupe? No, what do we have? The box truck, actually. Just because the box truck it's plain. It's plain Jane. And once this is in, once the buildings are in, once the missions are in, then we'll redesign, make some of these different. I do have a cab over. I have a couple other designs too. So we'll figure it all out and we'll make it work. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Save to file. Or Zoom. Yes, we want to replace that. All right. So vehicles is going to be another video 2 or video 3 or video 4 because I don't know how long it's going to take us to make the main part. So let's do that right now. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we'll need, for scale purposes, I'll need the ambulance. Right, so we'll upgrade the fire truck, we'll upgrade the ambulance, and then what I'll do is we'll go over the DOT station afterwards in another video, and we'll add tools, and we'll finish the inside of it is what we'll do. And we'll add the SUV as well. Yeah, I think that'll be really cool. So paste that in. Close that down for now. I have more vehicles. We had a problem with the hard drive, and that's why I say had. They were lost. So this clinic, you know, I really... Okay, let's see. I like taking it into a fresh instance. I don't have to move the spawner around. And then it loads fast. So if I need to do quick editing or whatever, I can quickly load it. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, and so we know that it has to come in here and come in here. And that's essentially where that's... Okay, so let's make sure we're anchored, can collide. Let's change the color of this too. So now what I'm basically doing is I'm just making walls to start the layout of the building itself. And I want the ambulances to come in. And this is kind of like our drop-off area. Well, they'll come in here. And then this will be our drop-off area here, right? I guess. Let's see here. Duplicate that. Yeah, there we go. And then the ambulances have a chance. All right, come through. I like that. Okay, so then we'll duplicate that. Now, let's just determine... Next thing to do is look at the terrain. Is this... Let's see. If I take that, that, and that. Let's call it that. First floor is at least that high. All right. Actually, maybe what we'll do is we will duplicate this one here. Yeah, that can work. Cool. We'll keep them individual panels, actually. And then that way what I'll do is I'll put windows in them like I did with the mechanic shop, and then I union them together so they're one part. And that it just makes it easier for the scripting. And you can just reference the union. So now what we're going to do looks good. This is going to be like a hollow third floor. It's just to kind of match the fire hall, that's all. So then what we're going to do, we're going to insert a surface light. Which way is it facing? That's the bottom, okay. And then we will extend the range probably to there. Let's see. Oh yeah, nice. Let's come in here. Little emergency. Let's see, probably, I don't know. We need an avatar rig because we don't want to make this way too big. Like look how massive that is, like floor to ceiling. So what we want to do is give this a little more Scale. There we go. And then in here we can also insert a surface light. And we can say bottom. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, now it's illuminated. Okay. So I don't know, do we like build the inside of this with our grocery store props? A little like checkout counter, you come in and you gotta pay before you see the doctor. Or I suppose we could use. I really don't want to start Blue Truck City up again. Okay, let's see. So this, we'll just save this for now. Sometimes I don't save. I'll just let the autosave capture it, depending on what I'm doing. Holy 30 minutes. All right. We got a building at least this time. Okay, file, open for Roblox. I'm also trying to make it familiar. So if we make any more games, the buildings will be familiar. Whatever it's like, Blue Truck County, I guess. It's been getting better though, loading in and out of Blue Truck City. Before we started fixing the code, it would take like, I don't know, 45 seconds to save. A long time. Now we're down to less than 10 seconds. Yeah, this was one of those projects that just got ahead of us. And we didn't slow down. We did a few things, but probably not as much as we should have. So now it's just like a big monster, this game. It's just a monster. So, yeah, like we have the clinic. We got our hospital sign. And oh, look at that. I didn't know I had firefighter gear in here too. Hey, okay, let's see. Well, that's the uniforms. Yeah, like I took that right out of the. Sure, it goes slow in here. My goodness. That's this whole thing. We'll have to try that out. I didn't realize we had a hat. Cool. The kids are going to like that. Okay. So that's one thing. What else? What else have we got here? What else have we got here? Oh, this building's pretty much empty. It was supposed to be a hospital, like a medical clinic. Oh, yeah. Right. But I think... side was the this is the custom side, and this is the clinic side over here. Oh yes. This whole building is the hospital. Okay, so what do we have here? Alright, that's everything from inside of there, so we don't need this again. Thank you very much, Blue Trucking City. Let's turn the lights on. Oh yeah, now we can see how we had it. Right, because we had a clinic bed and we had all this kind of neat stuff. Except for those stairs, those are awful. Awful stairs. Nope, what is this model? Okay, where's the... That came from that one? That's that one we can delete. That one we can delete, and the stairs we can delete. Oh, there were two reception desks. Okay, or we'll delete that one. Yeah, probably what we'll do in this one is we'll put an elevator in it because it's a clinic. It's a medical clinic. This will be cool. See if we can find a doctor's uniform and, you know, a nurse outfit or something. So we could just have like cool, I like it. And then we just decorate that, right? You know, it's a small clinic, right? It's not a huge hospital. I don't even think we'll put a second floor on here just for kind of... We'll imagine a second floor. Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually. So that would be that. Like I say, we still need front doors for the vehicles, and then windows. All right, just give me a moment. I'll be back.